Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Prosta English podcast. My name is Nika, and I'm super happy to be chatting with you today. Based on the title of this episode, I believe you've already guessed that we are going to talk about self care routines and makeup. Most likely, this episode will be more useful, interesting, and relevant for ladies than for men. But at the same time, I'm not sure. I would say that in the past, men didn't care much about what they used to wash their face with. They might have used like basic hand soap and that was it, and some didn't even have face cream. However, nowadays the topic of self care has become quite popular among men as well. A lot of men are starting to take care of their skin. They also visit cosmetologists and buy professional skincare products. And I think this happens because men also experience skin problems like dry skin in winter or issues with acne and etc. And of course, because we all want to look young for as long as possible, and men are not an exception. But regardless of whether you are a man or a woman, or whether you are interested in cosmetics or not, I'm certain that this podcast will improve your listening skills and help you learn some new words. Just in case if you don't understand some sentences or words in the podcast, keep in mind that I have a Prosta English Club. It's a channel on Telegram where you can find the text of the podcasts, flashcards with new words, and also some interactive games to help you memorize them. Click the link in the description to learn more about it and join the Prosta English Club. But now, let's dive into our topic. First of all, let me tell you more about my morning self care routine. I usually wake up at around 7 or 20 past 7 a.m. I get up and go to the bathroom where I start my little skincare routine. Of course, first thing first, I wash my face with water. It's super basic, but it helps me wake up. After that, I use cleansing foam. I selected this foam randomly at a pharmacy, but it turned out to be really good. It doesn't make my skin dry and it has a nice foamy texture that feels really soft, so I can say that I'm really satisfied with this foam. Then I wash off the foam and pat my face dry. I know people say you shouldn't dry your face with a towel, especially the one which you use for your body or hands, so I use tissues or paper towels instead. Next, I apply a toner. Here is the funny thing, I only started using toner about a year or a year and a half ago. And to be honest, before that, I didn't see the point in using this product, and I absolutely didn't understand why I needed to apply it. But a year ago, I went to a cosmetologist and she explained that toners balance the skin's natural pH and prepare it to absorb creams and other products much better. So now I try to use toner every morning and evening right after washing my face. Of course, sometimes I feel tired, especially in the evening, and I just want to sleep, so I skip this step, but in general, I try to apply it. Now I'm using a toner from a Polish brand. There is nothing too special about it, but it's fine for me. I also bought it randomly at a cosmetic store, but the key thing for me is that it's not sticky. I hate sticky toners. I had a bad experience a few years ago when every toner I tried felt like glue, so I'm glad that I found this one. And after I apply the toner, I wait for it to dry, and during this time, I usually scroll through Instagram reels or turn on music. Then I move on to serum. Actually, this is another product I hadn't known much about until a year ago before I visited a cosmetologist. Maybe it's because of my mom. I know that a lot of girls learn about skincare from their moms, but my mom never used serums and she always just used creams. But I personally love serums. For me, it's a game changer, I would say, especially in winter when my skin feels dry. The serum adds extra moisture and keeps my skin hydrated. After the serum, I apply face cream. Right now, I'm using cream, serum, and eye cream from a Spanish brand called Sistema. It was recommended to me by my cosmetologist. And after I bought products from this brand and started using them, I shared about it on Instagram, and many girls who follow me said that they use it too. So it seems to me that it's a rather popular brand and I can recommend it to you as well. The last step of my morning self care routine is eye cream. I would say that it's a very important step because I'm only 28 at the moment, but I already have some expression lines or facial wrinkles under my eyes. And this happens because I smile a lot, which is great, but at the same time, I'm worried about those wrinkles. And also, I don't want to do things like Botox under my eyes because it will make my face look different and affect my smile. So, in order to slow down the process of developing wrinkles, I need to moisturize the under eye area and just hope that it will help. And that's pretty much it. That's my whole morning skincare routine. I know that also some girls apply sheet masks regularly, but that's not the case for me. I don't do masks very often. Sometimes I buy sheet masks, but honestly, I don't love having them on my face for 20 minutes. And during this time, I can't talk, can't eat, can't smile, and it just feels too awkward. However, at the moment, I'm thinking about buying masks that come in jars, the ones that you apply to your face, keep for 20 minutes, and then wash off. I think they are more convenient and also cheaper. So, just in case if you know some good facial masks that come in jars, feel free to send me a message on Instagram and recommend the products that you like. Talking about makeup products, honestly, I can't say much. I usually wear little makeup, and there are a couple of reasons for that. Firstly, I don't know how to apply makeup properly, and I'm just afraid of applying too much and looking funny. Secondly, I don't want to spend too much time on makeup. I usually have other more important things to do. And thirdly, I love natural beauty when my face looks fresh and not overwhelmed by massive amount of cosmetics. Even though I usually wear light makeup, I still don't do it every day. When I go out, go to the city center, or meet with my friends, yeah, of course, I apply makeup because even with natural makeup, I feel more self confident and I feel prettier. And as the result, it affects my mood in a positive way. But when I stay at home and work all day long or even conduct classes, I seldom put on makeup. I just apply the skincare products that I talked about earlier, and that's enough for me. Now, let me explain anyway what I have in my cosmetic bag. Firstly, it's foundation. Last year, my friend recommended a foundation from a Polish cosmetic brand, and I've been using it since then, and I can say that I'm really satisfied with this product. I can say that it feels light on the skin, lasts long, blends well, hides imperfections, and even seems to keep the skin moisturized. My friend used to be a makeup artist, and she mentioned that many people are actually afraid of foundation, of using foundation. However, she told me that especially in winter and in fall, it's even beneficial for the skin because foundation protects it from drying out due to the cold wind. The next product I use is an eyebrow pencil. I used to have very fair, natural brows that were almost invisible. And a few years ago, I got permanent brows, and I can say that it was one of the best decisions ever because I stopped suffering every morning from drawing my brows in the same shape, size, and length. But at the moment, this permanent makeup has unfortunately worn off and become lighter. That's why now I use an eyebrow pencil to fill in my brows. However, anyway, it's easier for me than before because I can see the shape and I just need to make my brows darker and more visible, and that's it. It usually takes just 1 or 2 minutes. But I'm currently looking forward to my trip to Belarus because I will finally refresh my old permanent makeup and I will not even need to fill in my brows every morning. I will simply wake up with already defined brows. I believe that girls who also have fair hair and fair brows understand me and my pain really well. The next step of my makeup routine is eyeshadow. I use light colors again because they look natural, but at the same time, I never apply eyeliner. I tried a couple of times to draw it on, but I spent a lot of time on it, and in the end, it looked awful anyway. That's why I do not even waste my time on it now. The following step is mascara. I have long natural eyelashes, so I really don't care which mascara I use. My lashes always look long, thick, and fuzzy. And the final step of my makeup is lip liner and lipstick. At the moment, I'm trying to get used to applying them every time I go out because usually it happens this way. I color my lips at home, then I go to a restaurant or a cafe, and then I eat or drink something, and then, of course, I forget to touch up my lips. And I really adore girls who always have lip liner or lipstick on because it looks fabulous and it looks very feminine, but I'm still learning not to forget about it. That's it. You see, I have really few makeup products. Now you might be shocked, but I've never had powder, blush, bronzer, and highlighter. Yeah, like never ever. I do not even know how to use them, which is why I don't buy them. And even if one day I do buy these products, I think the situation will be similar to the one with lipstick. I will probably forget about them and just keep them in my cosmetic bag. You know, sometimes when I'm among girls discussing different beauty products and sharing their feedback, I feel like I'm a black sheep. I have nothing to say, and usually I just sit and listen to them. Yeah, maybe one day I will become more interested in makeup and beauty products, but at the moment, it's not one of my key priorities, and I'm satisfied with the products I have. They are enough for me. Thank you so much, girls, and I hope, guys, who have listened to this audio till the end, I will repeat once more that if you have faced lots of new words in this episode and you would like to memorize them and expand your vocabulary, you can join the Prosta English Club. The link can be found in the description of this episode. And also by joining the Prosta English Club, you support this project and motivate me to record episodes regularly. This way, I feel more responsible knowing that a lot of people are waiting for new audios from me. I'll be happy to see you at the club. That's it for today, guys. As always, thank you for selecting this podcast and staying with me. Don't forget to follow Prosta English to stay updated on new episodes. And also follow me on Instagram and Telegram to learn more about my life and get tips on learning English. Stay tuned and I'll talk to you soon. I wish you not to hide behind tones of cosmetics, but to love yourself. take care of your skin, and accept yourself with all the perfect imperfections you have. I'm sending you warm hugs from Poland. Have a great day and keep in touch. Bye bye.